Sabi ko talaga, mag-housewife na lang ako. Parang ayoko na mag-work, ganyan. Parang I can't get any clients. People, magbebenta pa ba ako ng insurance? People are already struggling financially, ganyan. But then, I realized that those are really limiting beliefs. And I needed to catch myself na parang why am I thinking these thoughts when these thoughts are not beneficial to me. So matagal din siguro mga 3 months din ako. At saka minsan nagre-recur pa rin. But I really catch myself na parang, but these things are not aligned towards my goals. And as a mom, 'di ba? Parang how will my daughter be proud of me if ganun yung mindset ko? And I have to think about parang my mindset also because that's also what she will have.
Another episode of the podcast. I am Christelle.
And I'm Samantha. We are here to fuel your curiosities. Dive with us as we uncover the unspoken truth of people from different walks of life.
Hi Sam, kamusta ka? This is another episode. I am very excited because parang sobrang tawag dito, iba siya bukod sa mga na-discuss natin in the last episodes, right?
Of course, Miss Christelle, and of course, I do hope you're safe and healthy. Indeed, we need to start our day right by fueling ourselves with the motivational spirit and stories of hope. So, kilalanin na natin siya, Miss Tel.
Yes, that's right. Okay, sige, let's welcome our guest for today. It says here that her passion for coaching people in finance brought her to create a website that is called Personal Finance Playbook, which aims to provide strategies in personal finance. Would like to welcome to the show Miss Jerica. Magandang araw po.
Hi, good morning, Del. Good morning, Sam. Nice to meet you guys.
Hello po. Good afternoon, Miss Jerica. Siguro, first things first, I'd like to ask, how's the pandemic treating you so far po?
Well, good, because I have a daughter. So, because of the pandemic, I was able to spend more time with her. So, I mean, not good na hindi pwede lumabas, di ba? But, when it comes to family time and relationships with my family, it's been very good.
Ayun po, no, I'd like to ask, since, di ba po, lahat tayo, dumaan tayo sa childhood natin wherein parang our parents would really buy a simple alkansyano or para mas makapagsimula po tayong mag-ipon, mas makapagsimula
Right.
tayong matuto kung paano natin uh, mabibili yung mga bagay na gusto natin gamit yung ipon natin. Siguro I'd like to emphasize that na kayo po nung bata kayo, ganun din po ba yung naging culture sa family ninyo or was there any difference?
Well, actually, like what you mentioned, yes, there was an environment na matipid. And actually, parang grade 6 pa lang ako, I started, or my parents signed me up for a bank account already called Jumpstart. I don't know if meron pang Jumpstart, parang wala na ata. But actually, sa book that I wrote, it's called Personal Finance Playbook. It's funny that you mentioned that, no? Kasi when we were growing up, we were influenced by our parents when it comes to our money habits, 'di ba? Our belief systems are like we're growing up, we're like sponges, eh. So whatever our parents' money habits were, we would either just follow it or rebel against it. So in the personal finance playbook that I wrote, I mentioned there na growing up, my parents worked hard for money. And yung thinking nila or like yung identity nila na they had for themselves was kuripot ako or money was scarce, right? So I when I started becoming a financial advisor, that's actually the time I realized that it doesn't have to be that way. Like we can create the reality that we have, especially when it comes to our finances. So instead of having that identity na kuripot ako, I wanted to have that identity that money flows easily and effortlessly. That's why I do what I love and I solve problems for other people and I get a large profit because of that. So yun.
That is
Grabe 'no. Nakakatuwa na parang laging parte talaga ng childhood natin yung meron tayong specific alkansya 'no, kahit nakalagay siya sa simpleng piggy bank or sa lumang lata 'no.
Yeah.
But the essence is already there 'no, just the mere fact na, iniipon natin yung pera natin at alam natin kung saan natin siya gagastusin. We're learning a lot 'no, right now, right, Miss Tel?
Oo. 'Di ba meron pang ang paluwagan? I remember nung high school yung mga ganyan pa, like paluwagan, 10 pesos every day hanggang sa makalikom na yung buong group, 'di ba? But going to to the profession that you were in right now, Miss Jerica, parang how did it started po? Was it something na pinag-aralan niyo po back in college or bigla na lang siyang nangyari or may nakilala po kayo who's doing the same thing?
Okay. So when I got out of college, my first work was really in BDO. So I was a banker for 2 years. And my course, I graduated from Ateneo. I had a course of interdisciplinary studies, majors in political science and management. So, and then the reason why I joined the bank, kasi I have a twin sister who was in the bank also. And then she really enjoyed it. So I was like, maybe I'll enjoy the bank too. And it was okay naman, but when I had my daughter, I wanted to spend time with her. So, pag nasa bangko ka, parang banking hours talaga eh. Not just banking hours, like before and after the bank closes, andun ka pa, di ba? So, I met with the financial advisor of my sister. And then that's how I joined the industry of insurance. And I loved it kasi I had more time with my daughter since it's parang self-employed ka eh. I really just meet with clients and do admin work and then there my work is done. So that's how I got introduced into the industry. I met with a financial advisor. And nainggit talaga ako parang wow, they have so many achievements and they have the time flexibility and they love what they're doing. So it was just and then nag-fast pa ako. Kasi I'm part of Victory. So, nag-fast pa ako. Parang sabi ko kay Lord, Lord, ayoko na mag-resign. Never. Gusto ko, when I join a career, ito na talaga. So, that was one of the experiences that I had. That's why I guess I'm also thriving in the industry kasi it's no going back for me na talaga eh. Na parang this is it. And I enjoy naman what I'm doing. So, yun.
Grabe 'no, Miss Tel, kasi parang based na sa sinasabi ni Miss Jerica, parang iba talaga kapag naging combo yung you're doing what you love and at the same time you're also earning from it 'no. Parang ang laking bagay nun kasi parang it sets a meaningful start para sa
Right.
na parang you're starting the day right, you're doing the things that you love and at the same time nakakatulong ka rin sa ibang tao. Parang you're hitting a lot of birds with one stone, right? Pero
Yeah.
ayun po, I'd like to focus on dun sa sinabi ninyo na nagkaroon kayo ng anak, so parang you really want to spend more time with her, no? Pero kayo po ba, was there a time na nagkaroon kayo ng difficulties in terms of parang managing work and at the same time doing, household chores and, taking care of your child. Kasi parang it's not, no, parang a
Yeah.
piece of cake talaga to handle eh.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, until now, especially like my child is growing up, so she needs more attention. What I realize is for me to be able to do what I really want, I really need to hire help. And so I have a helper, and then pero syempre yung pagiging mom hindi naman yan na-assign, 'di ba? So I hired my team also. So I have my social media team and my executive assistant so that I could balance talaga. I think when it comes to priority management or living the life that you want, you really need hired help or like parang people who believe in you so that you can do the things that you want. So, yun.
So, ayun, nabanggit nga ni Miss Jerica na talagang parang hindi tayo dapat mahiya na mag-seek ng help, no, whenever we need it or whenever it's possible to ask. Kasi as long as meron naman tayong mga tao na gagabay sa atin or tutulong sa atin in the long run, it would
Yeah.
be, a smooth sailing boat. Pero ayun po, no, kanina natanong ko po kayo kung paano po kayo tinuruan ng mga magulang ninyo
Ah, yeah.
mag-ipon. Pero kayo po, as a mother, paano nyo po tinuturuan yung anak ninyo, no, to start them young, 'di ba? Yun yung parang thought
Right,
nila
right.
talaga.
Yeah.
Start them young.
Yeah.
Pero kayo po, how do you do that po sa sarili niyo po?
Well, yeah. Well, ano pa lang naman yung baby ko, 3 years old. But I have, when it comes to like her behavior or finances or what we do, meron talagang, there's a purpose to it. So, even when, yung kunyari, nagsiset aside tayo ng money, di ba? It's, bakit ba tayo nagsiset aside? Di ba? So, even with the things that she watch and the things that we do, I have a goal na parang, okay, what's the value that I want to teach her? Kaya we're doing this activity, for example. Ba't ako nagsiset ng boundaries? What do I want to teach her when it comes to, yun nga, managing my time and her being with me para hindi masyadong clingy, ganyan. So, what I teach her, like right now, is really to be purposeful. Na parang, oh, bakit ka umiiyak? Na parang, well, like, and also to process the feelings that she has. Na parang, parang may underlying meaning na, oh, why do you want to do this? Or yun nga, bakit ka umiiyak? Or bakit gusto mo tong TV show na to? And what did you learn from this TV show? Ganun ako makapag-usap sa kanya. kahit baby pa siya. Para she realizes ano yung underlying meaning ng mga ginagawa niya.
Grabe, that's nice. I hope ganun lahat, no? Charot. Oh God. Anyway, siguro follow-up question lang. How do you, I mean, parang how do you feel doing the things that you love? Na-mention niyo po kanina na parang mahirap nga syempre pagsabayin and kailangan ng help to seek help from other people. Like, how if you were to rate, how likely do you enjoy the things that you are in right now? How would you rate it po?
Okay, sige. So, I have a couple of stuff in my parang my to-do list or like my goals for the year. So, I think when it comes to, well, I represent Film Life. When it comes to Film Life, I think I'd give it a 9. A 9 because I love talking to people. I love helping other people. Like, learn about their underlying beliefs when it comes to handling money and like what is the most efficient way for them to handle their money given their disposition. And then we also identify goals, ganyan. So, I love how kaya siya 9 kasi I'm helping people and at the same time I'm going out of my comfort zone na parang kaya ko ba parang kaya ko ba talaga to be responsible with other people's finances. And it's really a continuous growth when it comes to this industry, and it's so exciting for me. Um, Yun, so 9. And then what I am learning right now actually is YouTube. So I'm trying to make more content online. Hindi pa lang masyadong concise, but I guess I would give it a 7. A 7 because um same stepping out of my comfort zone na parang before this year talaga I couldn't imagine filming myself and editing videos ganyan. But then I realized I love doing it because for the longest time I thought analytical lang ako. But then when I started editing videos in YouTube, biglang na-realize ko na parang each one of us has creativity. So, doon na exercise yung creativity ko with editing videos. I guess it's a 7 and not really a 9 or a 10 kasi it consumes a lot of my time. So, if you look at my socials, parang ang haba nung interval. So, it's still an ongoing process, but I'm enjoying how yun nga, parang with our age, 'di ba? Parang you really need to set your like digital assets to be credible ganyan. And it's just so exciting kasi wala nang hiya-hiya eh, 'di ba? Parang this is me, this is what I do and yun. So, yeah, 7 and 9.
Thank you for that, Miss Jerica. And you said na parang ngayon, no, ngayon, since we're in the middle of a pandemic, parang nagsisimula kang sumubok ng mga bagay na akala mo hindi mo kaya, pero parang at the end of the day, you're enjoying it, and
Yeah.
parang mas natutuwa ka na ginagawa mo siya kahit, you're starting little by little, no? But on the
Yeah.
other side of the coin, we all know na parang the pandemic parang was a total game changer for all of us. And
Definitely.
aware naman po siguro tayo na sa news na maraming nagkakasakit, maraming
Yeah.
na problema sa trabaho nila since we're in a quarantine and yung lockdown din in NCR. So I'd like to ask, ano po yung paano or ano yung essence ng insurance in terms of parang with people na nagkakaroon ng difficulties financially. For sure po, pinopromote talaga natin yung financial wellness, no? And sana nakikinig po ngayon yung ating listeners and viewers. So,
Yeah.
go ahead, Miss Jerica.
I think when the pandemic happened, that's when a lot of people realized na, oh, I think I need income. Or I think I need the peace of mind that if anything happens to me, I won't be a burden to other people or I won't have to fall in line and depend on the government for like ayuda or for yun, for relief, 'di ba? I think also um yeah, I think right now more than ever my industry or like or like having the proper coverage for yourself and your family is as important, right? Don't you think? Kasi you'll never really know. I was just talking to actually kaka-vaccine ko lang eh, and then I was just talking to one of my friends here, and then 28 years old passed away because he was waiting for another vaccine. 'Di ba? Parang yun parang at this day and age you'll really never know what's gonna happen to you. And I think more people, even if hirap, parang mas nagiging burden pa nga eh pag walang insurance kasi walang proper coverage, 'di ba? They'll resort to asking people online for money, 'di ba? And I think kasi when it comes to financial wellness or financial planning, Filipinos medyo reactive. Kaya not a lot of people still have insurance. You know, only like 2% in the entire Philippines have it. And you can argue that it's because people can't even afford, parang they just live from day to day, ganyan. But at the same time, there are insurances naman that are really cheap. parang meron namang mga 2,000 pesos for a year, ganyan. And then, it's like, it's also you preparing the next generation to have an increased standard of living. Na, it's not just, kasi it's not just about you anymore. It's also what are you gonna leave for your families in case anything happens to you. And, yun. So, I think, now more than ever, namulat yung mga eyes ng tao na, okay, maybe this is something I need to get, something I need to think about, especially for my family.
Yeah,
Yun.
thank you for that, Miss Jerica. So, siguro yun, hopefully, this will set us an eye-opener para sa lahat ng ating viewers and listeners, no? To take time and parang prepare themselves, no, for the future. Kasi parang, it's not that really bad, no, to pay a little. Pero ang kapalit naman nun is parang securing your entire family, yourself, yung education mo. Kasi di ba parang, I may not be, not knowledgeable about finances, pero hindi naman masama to ask and seek for help. Going
Right.
back to what Miss Jerica said. So, insurance people can really give help and offer you help whenever you need it. So, ayan, feel
Yeah.
free lang po to really have an in-depth research para at least mas maging knowledgeable tayo on that matter.
Right. Yes. So,
That's
yun.
right.
Yeah. Actually, I wrote a playbook, personal finance playbook. And it talks about having offensive and defensive strategies when it comes to handling your personal finances. So, a lot of us millennials, we want to learn how to invest, we want to learn how to save money. And actually, sa personal finance playbook, the offensive strategies would really be setting goals, increasing your income, and also investing. When it comes to defensive strategies, that's when the medical insurance or like a health card would come in, and also income protection and debt management. So you don't have to look very far. You can go to financeplaybook.com and learn more about like financial literacy and having offensive and defensive strategies when it comes to your personal finances. Good.
I will personally look to that, ma'am. Grabe. I've been in a couple of personal finance webinar po dito kay Coach Pao, with Coach Pao, and I'm really learning a lot. Sabi ko nga po, parang the first day of the webinar, sabi ko kay Coach, ni-remove ko na yung mga apps ko. Parang kailangan tinanggal ko
So,
na yung
it's really effective.
tapos
Yeah.
tawang-tawa
Yung mga
tinanggal ko na yung
shops.
mga totoo, yung mga shops, yung food panda. Ay, nako. Tapos, siguro ma'am, the question na lang that we have would be, like, aside from all the you mentioned a while ago, was there a biggest challenge? What was the biggest challenge na nangyari po sa inyo during the time? Siguro this pandemic,
Pandemic.
opo, na alam mo yon na natigil lahat, especially 'di ba sa mga
Yeah.
ibang tao, di nawalan din po sila ng work. Was it like a struggle for you to po
Yes,
to
definitely. Especially in the first year. Parang sabi ko nga, shocks, mag-housewife na lang. Sabi ko talaga, mag-housewife na lang ako. Parang ayoko na mag-work, ganyan. Parang I can't get any clients. People, magbebenta pa ba ako ng insurance? People are already struggling financially, ganyan. But then, I realized that those are really limiting beliefs. And I needed to catch myself na parang, why am I thinking these thoughts when these thoughts are not beneficial to me? So matagal din yun. Siguro mga 3 months din ako. At saka minsan, nagre-recur pa rin. But I really catch myself na parang, but these things are not aligned towards my goals. And as a mom, 'di ba? Parang how will my daughter be proud of me if ganun yung mindset ko? And I have to think about parang my mindset also, because that's also what she will have growing up, or whatever she will learn from me or she sees from me. That's also what she'll get from me, 'di ba? So I really needed to, well, first forgive myself na parang, okay, I have these thoughts that are not serving me. And it's okay. But at the same time, how can I change these beliefs or these thoughts so that it will serve my purpose in helping other people and spreading financial literacy and essentially being a good example for my child. So, yun, forgive your... when those things happen, na parang, ayoko na, ganyan. You need to catch yourself na parang, okay, maybe these thoughts are not serving me anymore. And forgive yourself for having these thoughts because it's normal. Appreciate the contrast na parang, okay, ito yung experience ko with with the things that I did. How can I shift that in order to be more aligned towards my goals and my purpose? So, yun.
Thank you for sharing that, Miss Jerica. Indeed po talaga no na we are the product of what we think. So if we kept on thinking na bakit ko ba magagawin to? Wala naman akong kliyente or, we're all in a pandemic and lahat tayo apektado. But, if we keep that idea or notion sa sarili natin na as long as ginagawa natin yung gusto natin, nagpapasaya sa atin, and at the same time, nakakatulong tayo sa ibang tao, bakit tayo titigil, di ba? Parang we should
Right.
always instill that mindset na we can never be stopped no, by anything. No? Pero ayun po, no, I'd like to go back na sa sinabi ni Miss Tel kanina. And siguro ito po ay mahalagang tanong para sa ating viewers and
Right.
listeners, no. Actually, fina-follow ko din po yung tip na yun na nasabi ni Miss Tel, no. I deleted all the applications related to
Okay.
shopping, to food deliveries, anything na makakapag trigger sa akin, no, to hit that GCash button or bank button. Pero ayun po, no, I'd like to ask your thoughts about impulsive buying and yun nga the term budol, no. For sure lahat ng ating listeners and viewers aware doon sa budol finds or the things
Right.
na
Mm.
nabibili nila out of impulsive buying and pinupost nila po
Mm.
yun on social media. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
about it po?
Okay, because my mentality talaga is if it gives you lasting, hindi lang yung hindi lang yung short na joy, but if it gives you lasting joy, why not? It also goes back to being purposeful and intentional. Um, why why do I want this thing in Shopee, 'di ba? Um, yes, it's good that you deleted these apps, especially if food delivery naman to na parang what if I want to have a healthier lifestyle, ganyan. But then always go back to the purpose of why you're doing this. And setting an intention, yun talaga yung important eh. If you want to reach your financial goals, how much do I set aside for those goals, and how much do I set aside for the leisure or the things that I want. So, what I said in my playbook actually is yung sa leisure or yung play fun would or like spoiling my kids and spoiling myself would be 10% of my income. So, that's very intentional na saying, okay, if I want to have more if I want to buy a bag na big purchase, okay lang. Pero lalakihan ko din yung income ko para pumasok siya dun sa 10%, right? So, and it really depends on you. Because like other people, masyado maliit yung 10%, gawin ko 20%. And for me, as a coach, that's okay also. Especially because as long as you find joy and a purposeful joy dun sa mga purchases mo, why not? 'Di ba? Pero if it's a purchase, for example, na at the end of the month, na-realize mo na, hindi ko alam kung saan napunta yung pera ko. Then, it's not lasting joy kasi hindi mo nga maalala kung saan napunta eh. 'Di ba? And so, yun, like, don't limit yourself too much. I feel like when it comes to people who attend these finance talks, parang medyo nababurden sila kasi parang, bakit ko pinipigilan yung sarili ko ganyan. But then that's not really the case. We just want to be more purposeful with our finances because we have long-term goals that we want to achieve. 'Di ba? So, yun.
Thank you Thank you so much for sharing that, Miss Jerica. Grabe. Tamang-tawa talaga ako dun sa mga ganyan minsan. Yung impulsive buying ka din ba, Sam? Yung mga ganyan ka din.
Ako actually po, way back in high school, yes. I admit
What
na
do you
gano'n po talaga.
buy?
Ganun po talaga ako before, like, kapag nagutom talaga ako, I won't even think about kung magkano yung laman ng wallet ko. Basta pag nagutom ako, I'll really buy some chocolates or anything na magpapasaya sa akin without even thinking na, okay, right after ko kainin yon, may pera pa bang matitira sa wallet ko or I'll end up, borrowing money from my classmates. Pero now po, to be honest, parang uh, I remember this quote na palagi kong tinatanong sa isip ko kapag may nakikita po ako. But I don't think if applicable siya. Parang, this is according to Governor Cheese Escudero. Sabi niya kasi,
Uh-huh.
parang meron siyang tip sa mga katulad namin, like, adulting 101,
Right.
na if you don't need it, it's expensive. So, parang ako, whenever I see like a specific product on parang site talaga, kapag inisip ko, kailangan ko ba to? So, pag hindi ko to kailangan, mahal to. So, yun lang yung
I
yun yung
love
parang
that.
mantra ko po talaga with that. Pero siguro with other people it's different. Pero yun, I've learned my lesson already, and right now I'm doing right naman po, I presume, with my finances, and hopefully no yung ating listeners and viewers are doing that as well.
Yes.
So
Mm.
ayun.
Ako lang, I just want to share. Gustong-gusto ko doon to i-share kasi nakuha ko din to from one of nakikinig kasi ako ng Adulting with Joy Spring, if you guys know that. Tapos, there was this episode na ang sabi nung guest, kapag wala ka ng, dapat, kunyari, bibili ka ng laptop, and the laptop cost like
Ay, pag
5,000.
mamumulubi ka na.
Opo, like, kapag wala ka ng 3 times nung amount na bibilihin mo, better get, wag mo nang bilihin. Kasi parang you'll go broke after, di ba?
Yeah.
Unlike,
Yeah.
bibili ka, uutangin mo yung 55,000 just for you to have a laptop. Siguro win-win, ano din, depende din sa situation kung magagamit mo siya for work or
Yeah.
gusto mo lang magpayabang, di ba? Ayun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I
No,
love
Sam.
what you said. Oo nga. Yeah, when it comes to yun nga, impulse buying, you have to assess talaga kung mamumulubi ka ba if you buy this, or similar, kung pasok ba siya dun sa 10% mo for your leisure, or kung necessity ba talaga siya na parang, okay, gusto ko lang bumili sa mamahalin na restaurant just for the experience, then, kaya ba ng budget mo? 'Di ba? So, being purposeful and intentional and setting the actually madali lang naman 'yan eh. For example, but yung income mo 30,000, o ano yung 10% nun? O di kung na-spend mo na yung 1,500 for this week, o for the rest of the month, 1,500 na lang yung pwede mo for your play or leisure fund, 'di ba? So, ganun siya. Or that's how I do it.
Ayan. Thank you for that, Miss Jerica. Grabe. Feeling ko lahat ng listeners and viewers natin ngayon, meron na silang second thoughts about sa mga bagay na naka-add to cart na ngayon. Baka siguro tinatanggal na nila yon sa cart nila, I presume. Pero siguro po, last question na lang din po to ask. Probably marami na rin pong naka-view ng inyong playbook, and for sure, marami pa pong makakakita niyan and makakapanood sa inyo sa YouTube, no, about finances, how to attain that financial wellness. Ano po yung mensahe niya sa mga tao, or lalo na sa amin na, kasi po currently I'm in college, and parang ako ngayon pa lang iniisip ko na kung paano ako right after I graduate, paano ko i-handle yung finances ko. Do you have any message to those people po like me?
My main message to those starting out is have the mindset na you can dictate your own income. Right? I feel like going into the workforce, parang we've just accepted the fact na, minimum wage, or hindi ako masyado mag-earn in this particular job, and it's okay. But I think, especially because of the pandemic, we've realized na parang one source of income is not enough. So, yun, going into the workforce, you set an income goal, especially for your first year, and then you'll see the possibilities. Kasi okay, how am I gonna achieve this income goal? And that's my message talaga to everyone, na parang set an income goal and don't think that your income is something fixed. It is actually something that you can dictate. So yeah.
Thank you for that, Miss Jerica. Grabe, Miss Tel, ang dami na nating natutunan at ang dami na nating na-share. So, parang ako din natututo din ako, no, a lot, no. Thank you so much for that, Miss Jerica.
Thank you. I hope I added value to you today. Thank you
Yes
guys.
po, so much, very much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for accepting our invite. We know how busy you are, but yeah, thank you for making the time. But before we end po, where can our listeners find you po and your book?
Okay, so I have a website that's finance-playbook.com, and I'm also in YouTube. That's Jerica for personal finance, and I'm also on TikTok. Although I'm still building my TikTok, and there my IG is personal finance playbook, and you can also reach me in Facebook through personal finance playbook by Jerica David. So there, thank you so much.
Right. Well, that is it for our episode today, Sam. I know our truth seekers are looking forward for the upcoming guests, right? That we will be inviting for the program.
Of course. Thank you so much, Miss Jerica. And this has been DGY Academy. To know more about our future guests and events, you may follow us on our Facebook page, DGY Academy, and Instagram at the Gohoy Academy. Fuel your curiosities, be motivated daily.
Again, this has been the Unspoken Truths with DGY Academy. Have a great day and stay safe.